Hello and welcome, Jones Air and Water. I'm Everett Jones. Today I'm going to be talking to you about water softening and what the operation and process is. I'm going to show you in a miniature demonstration, miniature system, how it works, what the concept of it is, and what the benefits you'll get out of that. So what I've done is I've taken a small container here. This is going to represent our water softener. For those of you that don't know how they work, inside of a water softener is what's called resin. That's this orange stuff on the top and the dark stuff on the bottom. These are two different kinds of resins. This is a plastic polymer of many millions of beads, and if you touch it, it's like marbles in your fingers, but they're so small that you can't get a hold of them. And what the idea is each of these marbles that are inside of here have a positive charge, and the mineral, I said that wrong, sorry, each of these have a negative charge, and the minerals in your water have a positive charge. So when you run water through the cylinder, this representing the tank or water softener you may or may not have in your home, the water comes in through the cylinder through some sort of a mechanical control or head that the water comes in through the back of the system. The water comes in, goes down through the inside of the outside, around the outside the tank, goes down to the bottom, comes back up through the center tube on the inside, and at that point, that's when all of the mechanics have happened in water softening. The minerals have been deposited onto the resin beads inside of here, and then the water has come back up through the center to you as soft water. And then this mechanical head, depending on what kind you have, has the ability, based on what the control says, to cycle and clean the resin. And the resin on the inside of the water softener, after it's collected so many minerals, calcium, iron, magnesium, those kind of things, then it has to be cleaned of those minerals. And the way it's cleaned is typically you have a salt tank sitting next to it. It has water in it and salt in it, and that salt is dissolved into the water over a certain amount of hours in time. Most cases, what most systems out there today operate on a 24-hour period, so the water may sit in this tank for 24 hours or 48 or 36 or 72 or whatever it might be until it decides to cycle. At that point, the mechanical head, pulls the water out of the tank via a separate port on the side of the head somewhere, or the front or the back or wherever it may be, depending on what kind of head you have. It pulls that salt water out of the tank, pulls it through the resin. Now the resin that's caught all the minerals is flushed out of the tank and down the drain into your floor drain somewhere, or outside into a septic system, or whatever kind of drainage system you have in your home that allows the mineral to go out and be discarded. And at that time, the sodium that's in here takes its place on the water resin beads, and these beads then are clean and they're ready to clean your water again. So the softener cleans your water, and the salt water cleans your softener. That's how all water softeners work. Doesn't matter what brand they are, who makes them. A water softening system that's true water softening that uses sodium works the same way. The differences in the systems is how efficiently they can clean this resin with the amount of salt that they use to do it. Typically, you're going to find somewhere between 2,500 grains removed per pound of salt up to as much as almost 6,000 grains removed per pound of salt, which is the most efficient type of softening system on the market. So it takes 15 pounds of salt to clean 32,000 grains of hardness off of a resin bed, and that's typically about a 1 cubic foot resin bed system. But this resin can be cleaned more thoroughly with less salt, so we might be able to get, say, 10 or 15,000 grains removed per 3 or 4 or 5 pounds of salt, depending on how the system is set. So our tutorial today is Water softeners clean your water. Salt water cleans the softener. Resin is what is cleaning the water and attracting the minerals out of it and holding them in suspension just like a magnet does to metal. This is a magnet to minerals. And then once it's reached its capacity and it can't soften the water anymore, that's when the salt water is introduced into the system. It's cleaned up and it's brought back to its normal capacity. That's how water softening 101 works. And that's how you can save money in your home by having one of these systems. Most of these systems will save you on average, a family of 4, somewhere between $500 and $1,000 a year having one of these systems in your home. So that's our tutorial for today. Jones Air and Water, bringing you soft water, how it works, why it works, and what the idea or principle behind it is. Have a great day.